Welcome to Intellectual Frog Legs. I'm your chef, Jodan Gorman, and today we're going to be cooking up some Christian Democrats. Talk about oxymorons. Seriously, you cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat. No way. It's like a vegetarian that eats meat, or like chickens that are campaigning for Colonel Sanders. Oh, here you go. Welcome to the Biblical Buffet. Yes, I'd like to have 2 shall not kills, 1 shall not steal, and hold the adultery. Oh, and by the way, I have a coupon for a double mocha Jesus latte. Do you do substitutes? Anyway, this is not funny. But everything the Christians stand for is under attack by the Democrat Party or their surrogates. It wasn't always this way with Democrats. Albeit briefly, I was once a Democrat. But then at the wise old age of 19, I switched parties so I could vote for Ronald Reagan. And anyway, while we always disagreed, I never considered that the Democrats didn't love God and country, and I sure didn't consider them to be my enemy. But oh my goodness, how things can change. True Christians, not your we are the world coffee house biblical buffet pseudo-Christians, but real Christians don't love Republicans. But we have no choice but to vote for Republicans, because it's not the Republican Party that continues to judicially add restriction after restriction to our constitutionally guaranteed freedom of religion. It's the Democrats. So much for those constitutional guarantees, huh? We vote Republican because the Democrat Party, our only other option, has not only rejected God lock, stock, and barrel, but they've become an actively hostile enemy of God. Their entire platform. Just look, the Democrats are responsible for the removal of the 10 Commandments, the removal of our crosses, the removal of Christmas, the removal of nativity scenes, the removal of Bibles. The list goes on. And why? Because our Christian traditions and beliefs are now offensive to some minority groups. So let's offend the majority. That's insane. And a well-funded atheist group even filed a lawsuit over student athletes saying a silent prayer. Who the hell is offended by a silent prayer? The same people that are offended by Christmas.
Joy to the world, the Lord.
Anyway, in a stunning display of double standards, which the Democrat Party is good at, if it's about sex, penises, transgenders, transmutants, teenage promiscuity, baby mamas, mama babies, abortions, blowjobs in the White House, or just about any other moral-free activity you can think of, the Democrat Party embraces it. Sometimes they giggle, and sometimes they even have a cigar. It's freedom, like I told you. I'm sorry. If you're so offended by the notion of Christianity that you would hire a lawyer and take legal action, then you are the problem. You are the intolerance, and you should be banned from the public square, not God. If God was gay, the liberals would have everybody singing hymns. Abortion. You can't talk about abortion. The morally disconnected thought process that these guys use is insane. Check this out. Although we know this fetus is going to grow to be a living, breathing human child, it's okay as long as we kill it fast.
Am I killing? Yes, I am. I know that.
Curtis Boyd is an abortion doctor.
But I'm not going to stop doing what I do.
Excuse me?
Because it's important, it's necessary.
I'm sorry. Self-extermination is so civil. And then they go to that absurd argument, well, we don't know when life begins. When does life really begin? Well, that's crap. Because we know that the very instant that the sperm and the egg connect, the life process begins. The growth of a human being begins. This is not debatable, and we don't need gross pictures to make the point. If you remove a living tissue and it dies, you've killed it. End of story. Then there are other arguments. Well, what about the woman's right to choose? It's her body. Generally speaking, this woman is in this situation because she made a series of bad choices. No, it's not about her right to choose. This choice is no longer a choice, it's a consequence. Abortion is the government-sanctioned killing of innocent life. God's most precious gift. You can't be a Christian and support this. You can't.
I don't want them punished with a baby.
In the last year that the CDC has the numbers available, 2008, we had over 1 million legal abortions. 1 million. And almost half of them, 47%, were repeat customers. Over 80% were unmarried. Morals of schmorals, huh? Federal level Democrats don't even try to hide their contempt for Christianity anymore. You know, take Senate Democrat leader Harry Reid, please. Actually, Harry was giving a speech on the Senate floor when he intentionally and pompously, as he does, leaves out the phrase, under God.
I'm always moved to hear the Pledge of Allegiance that marks the beginning of a new legislative day in the United States Senate. On the 150th anniversary of the beginning of the Civil War, the words one nation, indivisible, mean more today than most other days.
And don't forget, the Obama administration asked Georgetown to cover up Jesus before Obama was to speak there. I guess he didn't like the competition. Asked. They're so nice. You know, we can cite case after case after case, but why? You can't be a Christian and vote Democrat. This is no longer about left and right and Democrat and Republican and liberal and conservative. This is about right and wrong. And please remember that this November. Remember it. And to paraphrase Alexis de Tocqueville, who said, you cannot have freedom without morality. And you can't have morality without God.